Hi everyone, hope isolation is going okay for you as well as can be expected. So first video for a while, apologies about the break, but what I wanted to do was, I suppose, give you some tools or some advice on what you could do while you're at home that would help you with your golf game for when you get back. Now, some people have got a net at home they can hit balls into. Some people have nothing at all. Maybe some chipping on the bedroom carpet or some putting. But as long as you have a space large enough to swing the club in, what I'm about to give you is something you can do some really good, I suppose some really good stuff for when you do return. Now, I'm going to go through a procedure, a setup procedure for the setup of a full swing. Basically every club from probably 9-iron wedge all the way up to driver. And this is a setup procedure for a full swing. It's not for, knockdown shots. It's not for chips or pitches. It's just for a basic full golf swing. Now, I've done some preparation, so you'll see me referring to my notes here on the ground at different times, and that's just simply because there's a lot of information I'm about to give you, and I want to make sure that I cover each point, and I also want to make sure that I go over a few things that you've got to be careful when you do practice this at home, okay? So, what I'm first of all going to do is I'm going to go through my setup procedure in full, all right? And then I'm going to explain what I'm actually doing, all right? So normally I would start behind the ball and walk in, but for the purpose of this video, you'll notice I'm just going to come in, right? I'm going to get the club up in the air with my left arm only, okay? For me, obviously for left-handed, you would use your right arm, okay? But for me, left arm is up in the air. I'm going to now take my stance, all right? And I'm going to try to make a nice A-frame shape in my legs, right? By that I mean we're going to get away from any of this. If you notice that you're favouring one side or the other, make sure that there's a nice even balance there. Okay, starting again. Left arm up, A-frame with the lower body. And here's the kicker, the really important part, is that now I'm going to bring my right arm over. And as I do that, I create a little bit more spine angle as I do that, all right? Then I'm going to come down, and you'll notice that I've got a little bit of shape to me. Okay, we'll do that again slowly. Feet are together at first. Left arm up. Stance with the A-frame. Right arm over. Right arm under a little bit, pulls my right shoulder down. And then I come down slowly, maintaining that angle. Then I'm going to make a golf swing. Right? And I would repeat that 10 to 20 times. Left arm up, stance, right arm down, swing. And again, feet together, left arm up, stance, right arm under, take my grip, down, and take a swing at it. Once I've done that, I'd get over the ball, stance, down, hit. Now, pretty good shot too. Pity you couldn't see that. Now, obviously you're at home, you won't get to hit. If you've got it lucky enough to have a net set up with a hitting bay or hitting mat, then you're lucky. You can do this, you can work on it, and you can actually start to hit some shots. But the good thing is, even if you don't have that, you might hit a soft plastic ball into the fence, or you might hit no balls at all. But you can work on your setup, and you can continue to get better at your setup position. Now I'm going to turn around, and I'm just going to go through that as you face me from behind. Again, I'm going to go up with the left arm, take my stance, right arm comes under, and then I'm going to come down the ball. Now you'll notice this is important. As I come down, my posture, all right? I bend forward from the hips a little bit. Right in there, you want to make sure you almost feel as though you stick the butt out a little bit. If we get this part and we come down with bad posture, we're not doing any good. We're not helping, okay? So just important things to notice. All right, now I'm going to refer to my notes here. All right, so alignment stick. I'm just going to grab a stick here, wait for a second. All right. What might help is also put a ball on the ground, even if you don't have the ability to hit balls at home. Put the stick down and practice doing this with an alignment stick, okay? So I'll just sit these down. A-frame, right hand under, down with good posture. Now I'm going to make sure that as I do it, I want to remain square, and I want to make sure that my shoulders and everything, chest and feet, feel relatively square. The reason I say that is that when you come down to the ball, if you've noticed that you're closing or coming down in the wrong angle, you'll notice that things are starting to get a little haywire with our alignment. Okay, now, the first question I think that you'd be thinking is, how do I know that I'm doing this correctly? Okay, which is critical, otherwise you're wasting all that time, all right? Well, you can see behind me I've got a mirror, so you could do this in front of the mirror, right? Checking that you're doing it all correctly. That would be one. If you've got a backyard, use the reflection in the windows of the backyard, or get a phone, sit it on a chair and record. Just press video, record, and go through the motions. Go through 5 times doing it, right? And notice that if I'm doing it incorrectly, you'll notice the shoulders will be out, or the shoulders will be too much, right? What you're looking for is left arm up, good A-frame with the legs, shoulder on, just a little bit of angle, and down, maintaining that, right, with good posture. Okay, so really give those a whirl. Now this is not easy to do. It's something that would take a lot of focus, a lot of effort, and a lot of structure, okay? But when you get better at it, you should be able to perform it quickly, okay? Again, up, quickly, all right? And go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press pause on this video for a moment, and I'm actually going to record myself for you going through this a few times from front on angle and also from down the line, so you can watch me as I do it, all right? And then you should have a really good idea of how you can practice a really good setup at home and be ready for hitting the golf course or the driving range when you get back. All right, so you'll notice there that I'm coming in, feet together, about level with the ball, so the ball's in the middle of the stance, and then I go through that procedure. And obviously the ball position would change a little bit. If I started to do this with driver, I would have the ball a little bit more forward. Those are things that you just have to adjust based on your understanding of ball position. I can cover off on those at another time. Finally, if anyone has a little bit of a issue with their shoulders, maybe there's a lot of people I teach with, knee reconstructions, shoulder reconstructions, wrist issues. You may want to not do this too many times where you're holding the club up high. It gets quite heavy, puts a lot of stress on the shoulder. You can then go to more of a change it up, just use the other end of the club, right? And just practice it several times before you're ready, and then turn the club around the right way. All right, so good luck with that. I hope you feel like you can do that while you're on break, and watch out for some more videos coming out.